Good morning, good morning, good morning. Habari za asaburi. Habari za asaburi. Ibu ni umbani ke wangu. Marafiki yangu. Yo, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa. 914 Westchester County, New York. Stuck here in South Carolina. Yes, this is me, the BT1000, aka the Jeeper Creeper on this shit, aka Lucy the Vampire, aka the German Shepherd in the goddamn room. Shout out to the chat, shout out to the chat. I know it's a little after 3 in the morning. This is usually my time when I get up anyway. Even during the week, this is usually my time to get up and participate in this thing called life. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to those that support this channel with your view, with your love, and with everything else that you give me. Shout out to you. Yes, 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 yes. This is your home girl, Arabia, the BT1000. Coming to you with another live video, straight from the YouTube streets, straight from the hips of the BT1000, the Jeeper Creeper, Lucy the Vampire, the German Shepherd, in the goddamn room. There's 4 different parts to me. The BT1000, the Jeeper Creeper, Lucy the Vampire, and the German Shepherd. I think I explained what all 4 do, what all 4 entities do. So that's 4 different houses in one house. That's 4 different houses in one house, in one castle, in one life, in one body. That means the soul that I have has been ripped. And not by nobody on these YouTube streets. And thanks to time and certain experiences I've had in this life, I am becoming one. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. Some people ask me, Arabia, what does it mean when you say the Jeeper Creeper on this shit? That means that I know that I'm unattractive. That means that I know that the knowledge I have about these YouTube streets and about life is ancient to certain people. It's not understood. It's not quickly grasped. No one in the sector truly understands me the way I understand me. Every opportunity, every experience, every person that I have ever met, whether it's in real life or virtually, becomes a part of me. That means I learn something from each of you. That means I have to eat. And I don't eat every 23 years. It doesn't happen that way. Not for me. People ask me, what does Lucy the Vampire mean, Arabia? You're not European. Lucy the Vampire represents my earlier experience in dealing with the church, my early experience in dealing with religion, and what happened during my time, my stay in the church. We was taught to believe in certain things, and we practice certain things. If you look at That particular religion is all based on cannibalism, on eating the blood and the flesh of another man, a man no one has met, not in this life. That was a part of my old belief system. That belief system in me died a long time ago. Died a long time ago. It was caught, it was captured, and it was killed. Shout out to the chat. That is what I mean by Lucy the Vampire. Yes, I was a part of that church. I was a member of that church. I partook of the dead practices of that church, but no more. Shout out to the chat. So Lucy the Vampire is sleeping in a grave somewhere, but she always resurrects when it is time for me to participate in my usual religious practices that no one knows anything about. Shout out to the chat. So some people ask me, what do you mean about the German Shepherd in the goddamn room? That means that there is a spirit that is wolf-like, a spirit that finds it necessary to protect all the other parts of me. It's in the room because there has been threats to my person over the years. And I'm not talking about on these YouTube streets. I'm talking about in real life. I'm faced with different threats. Not from people being verbal with me, but just by other things rising its head, only for the head to be chopped off. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. So we would see what's going on these YouTube streets. We see very well what's going on these YouTube streets. And some of it has caught me by surprise. Some of it has caught me by surprise. Now, I've heard other YouTube creators make note of certain groups in the sector that they particularly don't care for. They particularly don't care for. Now, everyone knows that I don't like the Kwamites. Everyone knows I don't give a fuck about KB or his minions or his goons over there. But we understand that when you fight one over there, usually you have to fight the rest. And they like to ambush people in public places, on different people's platforms, on different panels, on different channels. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Shout out to everyone that's in this sector. Everyone knows how I feel about the Kwamites. Everyone knows. Let's not be coy or foolish. Most of the groups in the sector all stem from Soda Nation, because the Kwamites were born out of Soda Nation. And there's nothing they can do about it. Nothing you can do. Now we see what's going on in these YouTube streets. We're not going to be silent about it because I'm kind of surprised about it. I'm kind of surprised. But am I really? Wasn't this a long time coming? This took a whole year for the results to come out like the way they did. And it's only because of Finchie was being silly and a weirdo. And I kind of like knew that his wife was American, you know. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of foreign people do. They marry Americanized people. Not because they love you or they're attracted to you or they're interested in you. They're only interested in one thing, and that is to stay in this country. Their country is so great, but yet they want to remain here. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. Now, everyone knows that my great-grandfather came to this country from the Cape Verdean Islands. He came to this country from the Cape Verdean Islands. That's in Northwest Africa. Those are 10 little countries over there. They're islands. He left from there. He had to travel to Portugal to get the correct paperwork to come to America. And when he came to America, he came. He went to Boston, Massachusetts first. Then he left Boston and he went to New York. And that is where he met my great-grandmother. Great-grandma Barbosa, Bertha Barbosa. She's been gone since 1949. And I asked my people, I said, well, why did he come to this country? Why did he come? If he knew about the problems that Black people in this country was having, why did he come to this country? Simply, it was said to me, he came to earn a living. He came to get the money. And he came to take care of what was back home. So not only did my great-grandfather, during his time of living, provide for and take care of and look out for his relatives that lived in Boston, Massachusetts, but he also looked out for those that were still on the islands. Shout out to the chat. He did that until the day he died. My great-grandfather lived to be over 100 years old. His wife only lived to be 52. And you know what? My great-grandfather never married again. He never married anyone else. And I have visited their home. The last home they had. Well, one of them anyway. Because in my research, I found out they lived many places, different places in New Rochelle, New York. That's where they lived. And one of the houses I have in mind right to this day, I can see it right in front of me, just talking about it. And I've been inside that house. And I didn't know my great-grandmother kept a lot of different knickknacks that you don't see anymore nowadays. If you do see them, you see them only in a museum. She was something else. She was someone very special. I don't think I've ever showed a picture of her. I showed what my grandmother looked like, what my grandfather looked like. I don't think I have ever revealed what my great-grandmother looked like. A chocolate queen. A woman with striking eyes. A nose that I'm very familiar with. Lips. High cheekbones. A beautiful woman. Unfortunately for the family, she only lived 52 years. She passed away in 1949. 1949, it's been a long time. She's been gone a long time. Shout out to the chat. I never met her. Never had the pleasure of meeting her. So I'll just give you a little tidbit of my life. A little door, a little window to glance up in. So I went live yesterday, right? I did the StreamYard video and I went live. And 27 Darren had hit my link. Shout out to 27 Darren. And a lot of things that she said made a whole lot of sense. A whole lot of sense to me. But I'm just saying that what is happening here in this area, it's becoming more real, more realistic. See, we already knew that they were building all over this state of South Carolina. Like she said, they bought most of the islands. They have ownership of some of the islands. The Geechee lands. And like she said, a lot of this land, a lot of this property was stolen. Which is true. Which is very true. It's true not only here in South Carolina, but it's true everywhere. When I was living in New York, the last few years of me living there, yes, if the city wanted certain stuff, certain properties, yes, they did take it. They didn't purchase anything. They just fucking took it. Didn't matter what color the person was, whether they were white, whether they were black, whether they were Latin or Asian. It didn't matter. If the city wanted your house, they could take it. It's very easy for the city to take what they want, or for the banks to take what they want. Shout out to the chat. And that's reality. But it's becoming more real. And I don't mean no harm, but it seems like the people just don't fight. Because I believe they know if they do, their fight would be a losing battle. A war they would not be able to win. A lot of things have already been decided by the city council. There's no going back on that. Shout out to the chat. I'm looking at my chat, right? And I know it's early, but I want to greet the people that's in my chat, but I also want to be able to read who's in here. My eyes are not what it used to be. My eyes are not what it used to be. Hey, Triple S. Triple S, that you? And this other person, I don't know who that is. Oh, looks like VA. So it's Triple S Edits, and VA. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I did a live stream video yesterday. 27 Darren had hit the link. and she came up and she discussed certain things that I was already talking about. And she said the people have the property, they have the stuff that they have, and here comes the city. The city takes it back. The city takes it. The city snatches it. They have not only done this in South Carolina, they have done it in New York. They've done it in Virginia. They do it all over the country. Wherever they want the property, whichever area it is. I see them do it in Yonkers. Yonkers, New York is not Yonkers, New York no more. It has changed. It has changed. They are shutting down a lot of the public housing that was there. They're replacing it with what they call affordable housing. I don't believe that to be true in any place in Westchester County. In order to get an apartment at a reasonable, you have to go to the other way of saying it. You would have to totally relocate out of Westchester County. Now, so thus far, Mount Vernon has remained the same. And another place I'm thinking of is just right outside of White Plains. It has remained the same. But every other place, New Rochelle, Pelham, Bronxville, Tarrytown, White Plains, Harrison. Harrison has always been expensive. Rye has always been expensive. Tuckahoe has always been expensive. But yeah, they are making it so where even in Westchester County, New York, yeah, they take over certain properties. You would have to move out of Westchester and perhaps go into the city. But even the city, everything is high priced. People can't afford the rents no more. Can't afford the rents. Never mind the utilities. And that's another trick bag they put you in. You got to pay utilities a lot of times. There's very little places that you can actually move to where you don't have to pay for lights or water or garbage like that. Shout out to the chat. Hey, Miss V, thank you for coming in. Good morning. Oh, it's early in the morning. We got Triple S edits. We got VA and V. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate your view. Coco Tasso that like button, please. Please, Coco Tasso the like. And we got a lot of YouTube politics going on. A lot of YouTube politics going on. And I can't, and in certain ways, I can say I'm surprised. In other ways, I can't say I'm surprised. People are going to be people. People are going to show you who they are, no matter where they are or which group they're a part of. People are going to be people. Shout out to the chat. Triple S, I don't know if you're still here or not. You had put out a couple of weeks ago where they was getting affirmations from Auntie. And she said, don't worry about what people say to you. People going to scandalize your name. People going to sabotage you. People going to do anything they can to destroy you. Everyone laughed at that video. But if you actually listen to the advice being given, that's what's happening. That's what's popping in this sector and in life. So I remember one day, right, I was feeling pretty bad about something, right? I was on the job somewhere, wasn't feeling good about the situation on the job. You know what I did? I turned on the YouTubes. I turned on to that video and I just played it over and over until it was time for me to come off of my lunch break. She said, don't worry about what people say about you. People going, do this to your name, sabotage your name, all kinds of stuff. And then the last few words, she said they going to do everything they can to destroy you. We laugh, but that's real advice. That's real. A lot of stuff that you see on the YouTubes, if you pay, a lot of it is life affirming. Some of it is lessons to be learned, things to take in, and things what to do, what not to do. But there's a lot of YouTube going on in this sector. And it's been going on for quite some time. But now everything is on Front Street. Not caring no more. People think they are protected reputation. What kind of reputation do you have in real life? Forget about the reputation that you might have on YouTube for just 5 seconds. What kind of real reputation do you have in real life? Because in real life, I can show up to either or, and no one has a problem if the person said, hey, look, you're going to be working with Arabia today. Nobody has a problem with it. Everyone wants to work with me. Why? Because I have a reputation of being a vet worker and doing the work and getting everything completed that day. If it's not completed that day, then we go back the next, then back the next, then we go back the next day. There's no problems. There's no concerns. Everyone likes working with me. That's a part of my reputation. That's it. So the chat, just like when I was in the penitentiary, there was a reputation. The reputation when I was in the penitentiary was, please do not fuck with Arabia. If you fuck with her, she's going to fuck with you. I don't know how many times I have different meetings with different women that did not know me. And there was one particular time I was on the compound and I was going to another section of the yard, and some people were sitting under the gazebo. And what was I doing? I was flying kites for people. I was taking contraband across the yard to different buildings. There were some people sitting under the gazebo. I was at Leith Correction when this happened. I came up under the gazebo and I told those women, mind your own business, because if I think you're snitching on me, it's going to be problems. Don't fuck with me. I left. Nobody said nothing. Everybody looked like somebody had slapped the shit out of them. You know what them bitches did? They got up from under that gazebo and they went on their fucking building and went into their day rooms and did their own fucking business. Because if they would have snitched on me, I would have went to the holding cell. That would have been a fucking write-up. And then I would have probably have went back to lockup. And they had already had me on the SMU for 3 years and 9 months. Because they don't treat people with mental illness. They don't treat you. I don't care if they got social workers. I don't care if they got nurses. I don't care if they got doctors. I don't care if they got psychiatrists. I don't care about none of that shit. They do not treat you. They leave you there in a fucking cell to rot. I did not rot. I made it through. I came back to the compound. I got transferred back to the women's center. I maxed out my time. I left from the penitentiary. I went into a transitional housing program. And then I went on. I moved around. Shout out to the chat. Miss Reed, let me read what you're saying. She's just a typing. Hold on, Miss Reed. Yeah, they need to. Oh, I agree. But the penitentiary, well, they got private institutions, Miss V. The private institutions are worse. They're worse than the state run institutions, and they're worse than the feds. Because when you go to one of them private run prisons, you don't have any rights. The same thing that you would participate in if you was in the state or feds, you don't do there in a private jail, in a private prison. And there's lots of them. Yes. So you're right. There's lots of them. I don't know how I started talking about the penitentiary. How did I get here? How did I get here? Oh my God. How did I get to the penitentiary talking? Oh, and I heard that there's a certain YouTuber. I think it's TJ. I heard he's gonna be doing videos concerning his prison stay, which would be interesting. That would be interesting. Because people need to know what's going on the inside. I didn't really mean to start talking. But yeah, I did my time. My MA number was 221644. I did 6 years, 7 months. You might as well say almost 7 years. Because I was never able to make up for that time. All the time I gave to those people, I was never able to recuperate that time. In other words, as I got older, I kind of, like when I got into my mid-30s, I kind of like figured then I was never going to regain that time. Because that time was spent when I was 22. They locked me up when I was 21. But I went to the penitentiary at 22. So I didn't leave until I was 28 years old. I was 2 years short of 30. And even back then I knew I was never going to catch. I'm 52 now. I'm 52 years old. So that crime, that situation took place over 30 years ago. But you come out here in the real world, the so-called free world, they say, well, you're free, you can do this, you can do that, you can do the other thing, and blah. That's all a lie. It's a lie from the pits of hell. It's all a lie. You can't even own a gun. If you ever did any kind of time and you was released after 1995, you cannot have a gun. You better not even have a gun in your possession. If you do have a gun in your possession, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Don't let on. There's other things we can have, like we can get a burner. We can own a burner. You know what a burner is? A lot of people don't know what a burner is. It looks like a gun. It operates like a gun, but it's not a gun. Shout out to the chat. It's something less lethal. But even with that, you have to practice. Same way you would practice with a gun, you would have to practice with that. Either way, if you got any kind of skills with dealing with weapons, handguns, anything, you would have to keep up your skills. And there's more skills than center mass. Trust me. Shout out to the chat. Hey, Letitia. Good morning, my love. Good morning, Letitia. Yo, shout out to all the YouTube creators in my chat. Yo, shout out to y'all. Shout out to everyone that comes in my chat. Yeah, I did a video. I did some videos yesterday, Letitia. I did a StreamYard, and 27 Darren came up on the panel, and she shared with me a lot of information. A lot of information I did not know. I mean, I was aware of certain things, but certain things I was not aware of, and she pulled my coat. So shout out to 27 Darren. Yeah, and I thank you very much, Letitia. Letitia, usually you do catch me, but it's usually around the time I'm ending the video. I usually be ending because my videos, especially the live ones, are usually not more than an hour long. I try to keep them under an hour. I try. My walking videos, because I do have a walking chat, people that participate with me as I'm walking to the office downtown. There's a few content creators that come in there, and moderators, subscribers, is different people that come into those chats with me, and they walk with me, and they get to see the road and everything. So yeah, it's more than just me talking. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, I'm trying to read this chat, but it's kind of hard to read it, especially if your eyes are blurry. Especially if your eyes are blurry. And usually that happens like if you're just waking up, or if you're sleepy and you're tired and you're trying to get back to sleep. I was asleep. I did fall asleep, and I woke up, and then I caught the tail end of what was going on the YouTubes, where they were talking about what was that child name they were talking about? Who was they talking? Fenici. Yeah. And I said, oh my God. And I turned from that, and I went to a movie. You know how that goes. And the movie I watched and the name of the movie was A Home of Our Own, where Katie Bates was in the movie. She was playing the mother of 6 children. They had left from California and they moved out west, and they were looking for a home for themselves. So when I'm not on the YouTubes like that, I like to look at the movies. I like to listen to music. I don't really like the beefing back and forth unless I'm involved. If someone called my name, oh shit, they don't call my name. They don't call the name of the BT 1000. I gotta show up. I'll be like that. Yep. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Miss VA. Yeah, I try to do that, but I can't help it. Especially if it's an old enemy, Miss VA. I got some old enemies in this sector that refuse to die away. They refuse to shut up. So, I don't respond all the time. I just, oh, let's see what they said today. Okay. All right. They did call my name. Do I have to respond? No, it's not necessary for me to respond. I don't even call their name. Nobody knows who I'm talking about unless they see me interacting with another YouTuber or other YouTubers that don't like that specific person. And we all have our reasons. We all have our reasons. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, but I'm kind of glad I went to that little event yesterday. I didn't stay long because I don't like to do a lot of mixing up. I don't like doing a lot of mixing and mingling. So I only stayed for a few minutes. It makes me kind of nervous to be in crowds anyway. It makes me very nervous. Because you never know when something bad might happen. You might have to run. And you might not get away. So shout out to the chat. I be on point when I be saying stuff like that. I stay for a few minutes. Then when it's time for me to leave, I leave. There's no reason for me to stay there. There's no other person walking with me. They're not talking. They're not buying anything. So there's no need for me to stay. So I leave. But it's really good to see everyone this morning. Miss VA, it's good to see you. Miss V, Letitia. Cause Letitia, you mostly like stay to yourself a lot. And it's kind of hard to catch you when you live too, Letitia. Miss V, I want everyone to sub up to Miss V. Everyone that's here, please sub up to Miss V. She's got good content over there with her. She's talking about, different positive things. She wants to eventually one day establish a business for herself where she will have a coffee truck. And I think that's an awesome idea. It's a unique idea. And I look forward to having coffee out of her coffee truck one day. You know, there's an old truck over here by where I live, right? And I know the people haven't been using it, but it's been sitting there for a minute. But I seen, when I was out on my walk yesterday, I seen different like trucks come up with, they had the little food, on the little truck, and then they had the people like in the front driving. So, I think that is an awesome idea though. I think that's real good, especially if you live like in a place where, people love coffee. People love pastries, people love donuts, people love breakfast foods, all that, That'd be a good idea. Hey, Miss. So, hey, Miss V, Letitia, scammers. I'm gonna call you Triple S. That's what everybody call you, Triple S addicts. And yeah, so we all together here in the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. I think we're having a good time. And it's such a shame. Such a shame that we have to have a good time almost 4:00 in the morning. But I know everyone has something to do today. I'm sorry. I know everyone has something to do today. They have things they have to do. They have places they have to be at. And I thank everyone for coming over to visiting with me. Shout out to you. Shout out to the YouTube streets. I want to thank everyone that supports this channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And y'all go over there and sub up to Miss V. Go and sub up to Letitia. Go and sub up to Triple S Edits. Even though Triple S Edits is known all over these YouTube streets. Shout out to you, baby girl. It's good to see. It's good to see everyone in my chat. Shout out to everyone in the chat. If you have a channel, let it be known. Let it be known. So we can tell people to sub up to you. Letitia, you doing a very good job. Whenever you do go live, you be hitting right on the nail. A lot of your videos make a lot of sense. Miss VA's, she's doing very good. A lot of her videos make a whole lot of sense. Everybody I deal with make a whole lot of sense. Everyone I deal with is smart. Everyone I deal with is creative in their own way. Shout out to the chat. And for those that are not here, the playback will be available because I like to keep up my videos. The playback will be available. You will be able to get the replay. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Good morning, Just Jay. Good morning, Just Jay. I didn't see you right away. Thank you for coming in. Oh, okay, Just Jay. Just Jay. I mean, Letitia, I think Just Jay is saying something to you. Yeah. See, this is the channel you can come to where everybody can mix and mingle. While y'all mixing and mingling, right? I'm going to light up my cigar and I'm just going to read the chat. How about that? That's what I'm going to before I close out the video. Because it seems like everyone's enjoying themselves. That's what it looked like to me. Because, Chad, there used to be some days I would go live and people would hit my link. This was when I used to hit the drop the link all the time. And people would hit the link. Some people got along, other people didn't. And Lord have mercy, they would tear up the dance floor. Oh my God. And especially don't get two women in the same room that can't stand each other or just recently fell out. They're no longer friends. They're no longer friends. They're no longer friends on the YouTube streets. We got a lot of women that fell out with each other. Ooh, and when some women used to hit my link, they be like, Arabia, let me tell you something. And they be telling me, and the other person be like, no, that's not what happened. Let me tell you. And next thing you know, they both get to fighting with each other. I be like, oh shit. Back then, I didn't put my mic on mute, nothing. I was like, oh shit, hold on, y'all. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on, let me. I said, I can't believe them. I couldn't believe them. But now it's a different story. Tamika's in here? Oh shit, good morning, Tamika. I didn't see Tamika. I was so busy laughing. See, that's what I get from laughing. That's what I get. I would tell the story and I was laughing. Good morning, Tamika. I'm sorry I didn't see you right away, babe. The only reason why I knew you was in here, because Just Jay had just spoke to you. She said good morning. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, child. We used to have some days on these YouTube streets. Not on this channel, but on my other channel. Letitia remembers. Tamika remembers. They remember that bigger channel I had, the other channel, where I used my father's picture as my avatar. Oh my God. Oh Lord. I don't even want to think about that channel. I was looking at that channel the other day. And people were hitting the link that I never thought would hit the link. People were showing up. I mean, and these were some big YouTubers. They would come over there and stuff. Oh, Lord, back in them days. I would be in here. I would be in this apartment, right? I'd be by myself, right? This was back in the day. And I would start drinking them drinks. Next thing I know, I'd be start thinking about what's going on these YouTube. And then I think about all the people that did something to me or said something to me. Oh my God, I would create a live. I would create a live. And people would hear the abbreviation. They would hear that I was fucked up and they were like, oh shit, but this is our chance. This is our time to laugh at Arabia, to have some fun. Child, there were days we had fun and there were days when I just didn't have no fun. There were days I was on here crying and I wasn't having no fun with nobody. I had moderators back then. My moderators were just like me. They used to sniper everyone they could sniper. If you were an enemy, they would get rid of your ass. And just like now, right? Let's say that I'm live now, right? And one of my moderators are in here, and they're the sniping type. And let's say someone start arguing with me, just like what happened between me and Lou Jenkins. That would have never happened if one of my moderators from the old days were here. She would have sniped his ass. He would have, pow, get out of here. And then they would have called me. Because if you got good people that's moderating for you, not no drop shot that's just blocking everyone. I'm talking about good moderators. They gonna contact you some way, somehow. They gonna keep in touch with your black ass. And they used to keep in touch with me. Now there's only one that keeps in touch with me. Mm-hmm. And we be laughing. Oh, child, we be talking about the whole world. We talk about life, man. And the stuff we talk about be so, it makes you think, you know what I mean? Sometimes it bothers your soul a little bit, but it's good for you. It's good to get other people's point of view. So that's why these days I just try to stay in my own lane. If I can't help you, I need to stay out of your way. If I can't be of some kind of assistance or support you or give you some kind of encouragement, I need to stay out of the way. And back then, I was a destructive force. If you was against someone and I didn't like that person, oh, there was nothing for me to join your team. I think that's why I stayed in certain chats for a long time. And then one day, I got that epiphany. Something woke me up that morning. And I went into that chat and I regretted it. I didn't tippity type, but I picked up that goddamn phone. I don't know. Ooh, nobody dare ask about nothing about my DMs. And people that usually ask questions like that, they feel that they have room to disrespect you. And when you see the disrespect, get away from those people. They don't mean you no bit of good. I just seen them destroy one of them. That's what people do on this app. It doesn't matter which group. People will turn when they get ready. That's why it's important not to be a part of any group. If you are, keep it cute. Keep it cute. Because they will turn. Because they have to eat. When people are desperate, they'll do anything. They'll turn on their own mama if they could. Their own grandmother. Their own children. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. I'd be dead ass serious. And, yeah. So I got my highs and I got my lows and I got my good times and I got my bad times. See, just a few minutes ago, I was in a good mood. Now, my mood turning sour. I can't be helped. I'm human and I got feelings and I don't want to think about the past. I don't even want to talk about it. It's just like I was on the YouTube streets, right? I was on it yesterday and I was reading a post and then I left from off the post and then someone was playing like a short clip of a video. And I said, what is this? And you know how you clip onto it and you listen to the commentary? It was just a short one. But it fucked me up. It was like, what? Is that what's going on? Oh no. Oh my God. It can't be. But it be true. Sometimes I get so disgusted with the YouTube, I just turn it off. I turn it off. I was in a good mood, laughing and talking. Now I'm in a serious mood, deep mood. Oh, Lord. Arabian Jew, you watch college football. No, I don't watch college football, just Jay. I wish I did. I wish I was interested in college football like that. I'm kind of upset with myself for even being a Dallas Cowboy fan, sometimes, or a Patriots fan. 'Cause it's kind of hard to even keep up with the NFL and the NBA and, baseball. It's kind of hard for me to keep up. But, yeah, I never got into college games or anything like that. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't have any more coffee. I ran out of coffee yesterday. You know what? I made sure I bought me a whole lot. And I ran it. But see, the thing about me and the coffee, and this is what I'll do. I'll buy the coffee, right? And I'll buy the creamer, right? And as the day is going, it's going through, I'll constantly drink it. And now if I light up a cigarette or a cigar or whatever, I'm constantly drinking the coffee. If I'm listening to a video, I'll be drinking the coffee. I'm watching the movie, I'm drinking the coffee. Before I know it, the coffee's all gone. I said, damn. Come back in the kitchen. I guess I'll fix me another cup of coffee. Coffee all gone. Man, I got to go back to the store. So I go back to the store, right? Buy me another thing of coffee. Put it in the house, right? And then, as the day goes and the night comes, I'll drink, and then I'll stop drinking the coffee around 11 o'clock. Around 11 o'clock. Now I'll drink water. Then the next day I'll drink some more water, and then I work, and then that's all we drink on the job all day is water. And then when I come home, if there's coffee in the house, I'll drink the coffee. You know what I mean? If there's water, I'll drink the water. If there's Kool-Aid, I'll drink the Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? Word. Huh? Arabia, can you what does it say? No, I don't think so. Don't drink the. Oh, hey, Just Jay, you supposed to be going live today? Now, Just Jay, forgive me. I thought for sure you was going live last night. So I'm up there looking, I'm like, okay, 7 o'clock. So I'm up there going over there to your channel. I don't see no live video. I looked at the thing, it said the 26th. 26th is today, right? Okay, that's when you. Like, oh God, I got it up. I'm glad I didn't write a big post about it. Like, we going live tonight. Because I was just getting ready to do that. But then some say don't do that because you got to make sure, you got to double check. Because I'm bad about doing that. You know what I mean? So I'm glad I didn't put it. I posted it there. Posted it. It just shows the link. It doesn't show anything else. I was like, shout out to Just Jay, and I was like, where's the? So I went back, and I was like, okay, it's the 26th, not today. Okay. Oh, she's just joking with you. She's just joking with you. So, cause I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan myself. It's me, it's Vince the Sniper, Foxy Brown. It's a few of us as Dallas Cowboys fans. And sometimes I remember that one time Foxy Brown had went live and we all went over there and we was talking to her. And then there was another time Vince had went live and we was all over there talking with him. Oh, ooh. Excuse me, you guys. I yawned. I don't usually do that. If I do, you guys are never usually present. I'm going to put it like that. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Y'all having a good time. I like that. I like to see people having a good time. You know what I mean? Mixing them in. Well, we don't have no Quamites in this chat. And we don't have no Quamites. But, you know, sometimes every now and then there'll be a Quamite come in and they'll just be sitting to the side and feel like, you know, they're being left out. As long as they treat me right and they treat this chat right, I don't care who comes into the chat. I really don't. Just as long as you treat my people right. You treat my people wrong, we got a problem. We got an issue. Yeah. So, and I just can't get over some people in this sector. On these YouTubes call me 10 times worse than some of these other females. When they refer to me as being the villain. And I am seen as a villain in these YouTube streets. Just ask the rabbits. Ask the rabbits if I'm a villain or not. They'll tell you. Not all of them, but some of them. Oh, oh, mercy, Jesus. Oh, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, Lord. Okay, Tamika, you on break for a few minutes? Tamika, I thought you was kind of like working, doing your thing. Well, enjoy the rest of your shift, Tamika, because I know you got quite a while to go before you get off and go home. And when you go home, get some rest. Fix you some breakfast and get you some rest, Tamika, because I know about them overnights, child. Oh, and Miss V, a lot of that goes on in this sector. It's just like, okay, I don't belong to any groups, right? I'm not a Quamite. I'm not a rabbit. I'm not a sniper. I'm not an outlaw. I'm not a mafia. But I sometimes I used to, frequent a lot of their chats. I mostly go in with the snipers. Now, I don't really bother with the rabbits too much. I don't bother with them because of what happened. Nobody questions about who's in my DMs. They must want to be in my DMs. You know what I mean? People want to be nosy all the time. And I definitely don't go over there with none of them damn Quamites. There's no need for me to go over there. A lot of times I'll go over there where the independent YouTubers are at. Like I'll go to 27 Darren, she's independent. I'll go to the John Show, he's independent. I'll go to Moonlight, she's independent. I'll go over there to Soulfly. Soulfly was getting her hair done yesterday, you guys. She looked very nice. Now I didn't see the end results of her hair, but she went in that dresser place and they had washed her hair and they were blow drying it. And usually she gets her hair done very nice. So shout out to Soulfly. Shout out to Soulfly. Yeah, so when Brown Skin Lady used to go live a lot, I used to go over there with her. So I mostly go where the independents are at. If you're an independent, if Miss V live, I'll go over there, Miss V. If Just Jay is live, I'll go over there to Just Jay. I try to stay out of the rabbits' lives because them motherfuckers, some, not all, and mostly Sis, he starts with me. You know. Trust me, I'm still mad with Sis. I'm still angry. I feel I should get an apology. You know. And he feels that he didn't do anything wrong. He calls it humor, and I call it throwing shade. That's what I call it. That's what I call it somebody stepping on my goddamn toes and they should mind their own business. That's what I call it. So that's why I don't even fuck with the rabbits no more. Some of them. I don't have a problem with most of them. It's just Sis with his stupid self. To me, certain shit's just not fucking funny. At all. But when those same people that once he was like, hey, is it this person, is that person? When they go over there to his chat, he don't say none of that shit to them. He don't even question them. Cause he know that was some fuck shit he did. Anyway, I'm not talking about him. He's a lost cause. Somebody from the past, man. Shit. Another hater. Another secret hater. Just like Lou Jenkins. Trust me, I got a flashlight on some of these people, man. And I got a list, and it's called the Makundu list. It's called the Kufatu list. It's called the Payaso list. It's called the Mentiroso list. It's called the Bendejo list. It's called the Vatos list. Yeah, I got a list of motherfuckers on this from off this app, off this platform, who's on my hit list. Not only is that racist on my hit list, that piece of shit racist, but some of them niggas too. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, but I no. Now, if he asks about who's in my fucking DMs and ask y'all to fucking vote on this shit and then think the shit fucking funny, I'm calling into this shit, talking about take down that goddamn poll. You don't see? Do you see a poll in my chat about him and who's in his fucking DMs? No, because I don't give a fuck. I'm not investing in laughing at people. I'd rather laugh at myself, at my own pain, than laugh at other people. And I want to laugh at the piece of shit racist. Yeah, I want to laugh at her. But anybody else? No, not really. I don't even want to laugh at him. He's a young dude on these YouTube streets. Ego is way too fucking big. Not God Almighty. Just a regular dude, just like everyone else. Tommy came back to the YouTube streets. I'll worry about Tommy. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. Yeah, you guys. I don't know what you guys are going to do today. You know, only thing I have to do today is do some laundry, and I have to mop and sweep today. Today is my day to do that. Yeah. The house is pretty straight. It's just that I got to start like being better at organization. Because a lot of times, like I'll come in the house, you know how you come in the house, right? And you'll open up a bag from a grocery store or from the Family Dollar or whatever. You'll just throw the bag onto the table. You don't necessarily throw it out. And sometimes I save some of the paper bags, fold them up, put them in a plastic bag, and save them for later. Like let's say I'm gonna clean out a drawer or something. You know, that's good to put, you know, that kind of stuff into the paper bag so you can throw it away. You know what I mean? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. Happy Sunday to everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. I hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. You know, you've seen how my weekend started out. Criticizing the city of North Charleston. Yeah. Because I feel like if they can build a senior citizen place, they can build a place for the children to go to. They can have like different community centers spread out all over the place. One of the places one of the people that gave me a flyer yesterday gave me a flyer to attend a meeting on Tuesday. They're having a meeting on Tuesday, and we're going to talk about the community problems. And it's going to be held at the little church. I think it's called St. Matthew's. It's a Baptist church not too far from here. We walked past it yesterday in my live video. So, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to that meeting or not. Because there's only 2 churches on that whole strip. Well, there's 3 churches on that. There's only two that I know of that really do try to service the community. Breakfast for the people in the community, like Wednesday mornings, Saturday mornings, certain mornings. And then the other church, they do the pantries. They give out food, bags of food to the people in the community. Sometimes they do a good job. Sometimes they do a bad job. There was one time I went down there. They gave me, a whole chicken one time with some other good stuff. And there was another time I came there, they only gave me two things of egg salad. So what the hell? I thing of cheese. I said, what the hell is this? Like if I really want to get something, and have to go to where I would have to go to where Birdman showed me to go. I couldn't believe the people. After that, I stopped going there. I just started going to the other little place that Birdman told me about. Mm-hmm. I know, Miss V, I do that. Shout out to you. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, there was one year, right? I had went, right? This is around that was around Thanksgiving. I went down to the church, right? So I got me a thing of potatoes, a thing of onions, and a whole chicken, and they gave me a few other items. That was pretty cool. So I went home. You know how you open up the package of the chicken and you clean the chicken and all that? And I cleaned it and everything, and I seasoned it, and I put it in the refrigerator for a little bit. Then I took it out a few hours later, and I put it in the oven. That chicken was the best chicken. And I was sitting in this apartment eating it by myself because I forget where Birdman was at that day. He was still living at that time. You know what? I think, yeah, because he was a mama's boy. I never saw a mama's boy go around their mother, and their mother really don't want to have nothing to do with them. But I'm going to tell you this much. She wanted to have something to do with him when he first got out of the army years ago, and he bought that house for her. When people can use you, oh, you good to go with them. But when people don't have no use for you, oh, you don't mean nothing to them. And he didn't mean nothing to his own people. He couldn't even stay with them. The only relative he was able to stay with was his sister. But at the end of the day, he didn't stay with his sister. He wanted to stay with me. So he stayed with me for like 3 months. Then we ended up getting him a room. Then later on, he moved out and he went through the VA. And he got his little apartment. Tamika remember it. Tamika and Letitia, I think y'all remember it because Birdman used to live in that trailer. And then Birdman had ended up moving to West Ashley to a big house. The man wasn't there 2 months and the man dropped dead. That's why I tell people, enjoy the time you have left. Enjoy the people that's around you now. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, so while he was living, people didn't really like fuck with him like that. Unless they wanted something from him. The only one that seemed to treat him like he was worth anything was his little sister. And after he passed, Everyone started crying and looking all stupid. I said, I don't know what they crying for, because when he was living, they didn't want to have nothing to do with him. This man served this country for years. For over 14 years, he was in the military. Over 14 years. I seen his little certificates and his plaques of, appreciation, his little trophies, whatever he earned from the military, his military service, because he saved those things. He cherished those things. That's part of his life, being a part of the military. And a lot of young people like that. They'll go in. Just like one of my nephews. He's been in the military for a little while. I believe he's going to be there for a minute. He recently got married. He got a little baby, and he recently got married. So my brother is a grandfather. My brother is a grandfather. He's something serious. He is really something. Y'all think something. Shoot. Y'all need to meet some of my people. I mean, I know my brother. We taking over the broadcast right now. He'd be up here talking. And then he cut off just that fast. It told me I lost connection. Okay, you guys, we out of here now. Shout out to the chat. Everyone, I'll go over there and sub up to her. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the